culture of honor, I don't think as an Anglo that we do that very well. I think other cultures are much better at honoring their leaders, honoring folks. We just don't do it very well. But the coolest thing has happened. The Hispanic pastors in Tucson have had a Christmas party for years. Big deal. They invite all the pastors and spouses, and they honor a Hispanic pastor every year that's doing ministry in the city. If we tried that, we'd have a fight. Well, why'd you pick him instead of me? It just doesn't work that way there, and it works, and it's great. Well, for the last 2 years, they have said, we'd like to honor an Anglo pastor and an African American pastor too. Would you be willing to help us find some of those? So now each group is going out of their way. The African American community in Tucson has 3 community-wide worship services a year, and they make a point of making sure that somebody who's not African American, an Anglo and a Hispanic, is part of the program. And the Hispanics are doing the same thing. But there's differences in the culture, which we all know. But the first time that we did that, and for several times, they introduced me as the president of the White Pastors Association in Tucson. And I'm like, no, if there is a White Pastors Association, I don't want to join it. That is like so politically incorrect to have a White Pastors Association. But there's this understanding of leadership that's just different in the cultures. And so we've got to get to a place, when you start, you start by saying, I'm going to set aside the differences because of our commonality in Christ. But it's got to move past that to where you come to appreciate the differences. And actually, the differences in time are evident here because we've got a more relational understanding of time and a more functional understanding of time, and a lot of that's cultural. And how do we appreciate those different? It's hard, it's challenging, but that's what we're trying to work on, and that's where we're at so far.